Hey guys, how's it going? Preston here with the Big Loops and Lever Guns YouTube channel. Right now I'm out here because I recently put in a Ranger Point Precision loading gate in my Marlin 1894 CSBL. When I first got it, it was quite a challenge to load. You had to get it down to almost a science to where you got the right perfect angle pushing it in through the loading gate to be able to get it into the magazine. And it was even harder as you got more and more rounds through there. I have seen that Marlin has updated their mag capacity on the Marlin CSBL from 6 rounds now to 8 rounds. So that's cool. I don't know if that was a mess up on their part or it's probably a typing issue. I'm not sure. You probably see my new little runt running around out there. She's a Great Pyrenees mixed with a lab. She's a whole lot of fun. Anyways, the new loading gate, it's I put it in. There's only one video on YouTube that shows you how to do it. And it's not very close, so if you don't know how to take apart your CSBL yet, I would suggest that you do that first. Get to know taking apart, disassembling it, and putting it back together again, because when he does the disassembly, and the reassembly, he doesn't necessarily do everything so close up to where you can see exactly to a science of how he puts everything back together again. So make sure you pay attention in that video on the disassembly, that way you know how to reassemble it. The loading gate, it is a little off color because it is aluminum. The loading on this, I'm gonna kind of go back and forth. The factory loading gate versus this Ranger Point. And the factory loading gate, it was quite hard to load rounds in here. It didn't matter if it was a 357 or 38, didn't matter whether it was a hollow point or a full metal jacket. It was quite hard. Now what I did to loosen up that factory loading gate is I stuck a round halfway in through the loading gate and the magazine tube, to the point where, I don't know if you can see that, but to the point where it was just like that. Now, I know you safety gurus, you're gonna say, oh, let's do snap caps. That's fine. If you want to do snap caps, that's fine. I didn't have any problem with my ammo, and I didn't have any problem with safety issues with just putting this in here, and I might get a whole lot of grief over that in the comments. I don't really care. So this loosened my factory loading gate up quite a bit, to the point after I was shooting a few hundred rounds out of it, it was really quite easy to load, and I think that was halfway getting the technique down of getting it in there. This loading gate, I would say once I installed it, it was just as easy as if I was to put this halfway in here and loosen it up. It was just as easy, just installing the Ranger Point Precision loading gate. The pinching, as it is advertised, it does not pinch your fingers, so that's really nice too. The Marlin factory loading gates do pinch your fingers sometimes if you don't get it right. Now, unloading from the loading gate, if we just shove this in right there, and trying to unload this. Again, there's not a round in the chamber. I know you're not going to know that until a few seconds from now when I rack the action. But anyways, I cannot seem to, and you almost have to use double hands. I mean, you know, both hands. But I cannot seem to, oh, there it goes. Okay. So, it will unload rounds, but it is quite a challenge. A lot more so than the factory Marlin loading gate. The factory Marlin loading gate, I didn't hardly have any issues unloading from the mag tube. I don't know if this is going to be an issue with you guys, but it is quite easy to load. I mean, you sit here and it does solve that problem. It solves the no pinching the fingers. It's a good product, that's for sure. After you get a few rounds in there, you still have to get the technique down of pushing the rounds in there. You gotta be careful because they'll come spitting out back at you if you're not careful. So I think that's 8 because I had one in the chamber before I unloaded it. So there's that. Like I said, it was kind of difficult to unload it versus the factory Marlin loading gate, but it can be done with a little finesse. So is it worth the $41 plus I think $6 for the extra screw that comes with it from Ranger Point Precision, or would you rather just stick around in there in the Marlin factory loading gate and loosen it up that way, pretty much for the same conclusion, or the same end result rather. If you don't want to take the time and you just want a quick fix, Ranger Point Precision loading gate, I think that's probably the way to go, because it is right when you install it, it is easy to load. There's no finesse, no nothing. You don't have to stick around in the chamber to loosen the factory loading gate up, anything like that. So it just depends on your preference. If you want to save $41 to $47 and just stick around in there, you can do that. If you want a quick fix, buy the Ranger Point. It's up to you guys. Tell me if you guys have already had a Ranger Point Precision loading gate installed in your 1894. I'm not talking 1895. I'm not talking the 336. If you've already had it in this model and you've had any different experiences than what I have had, please comment in the section down below. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. We have a lot more videos coming up. Thanks.